Hello, Gifter. Thank you for being part of our Triple 10 Challenge. During the course of 6 months, we picked 6 lucky gifters where we literally dive deep and create from scratch, if necessary, how to pitch 10 people, make 10 grand in 10 days. It's worked for so many of our gifters. It's real, it's possible, and that could be 10 grand, it could be 100 grand, it doesn't really matter the number, frankly. It's all about action before thought, because I've already thought for you. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, okay? So this Triple 10 Challenge is very simple. How to make and create the strategy to make 10 grand in 10 days, reaching out to 10 people. Some of our gifters reach out to one person and they have that, okay? So what I want you to focus on are 3 specific things. We're gonna first focus on what are you pitching? If you already have a speech coming up, if you are scheduled to be a guest on a webinar or a podcast, if you have a specific speech you're pitching as a corporate speaker where they pay you on the front end, or you have a consultant project or a consultant service or a coaching program that you pitch on the back end, then if you already have a specific speech that you're preparing for, or you're in talks for a speech, or you're in talks with a virtual webinar, then we focus on that immediate thing you're pitching to either up the price point or create an upsell so that we get as much money and impact as possible. So if you are not scheduled for a podcast, if you're not scheduling your own conference right now yet, then you really have to decide, what are you pitching? Again, either a keynote speech that you get paid on the front end, but it's much easier to just have a coaching program. Now, some of you may not want to be a coach. I don't want to be a coach. You heard that right. My intention was never to be a coach. I am still an active keynote speaker traveling the world, but coaching, if we create a program for you, a coaching program, it can be as simply as 3-month program. Every week you're sharing your knowledge in this 3-month program. And that's a coaching program where just imagine you're giving 12 virtual keynotes. And then you might want to say, well, what do I talk about? Well, again, if you're giving a keynote speech, you keep it super, super simple. I wrote a book on networking. What are the 20 things you can do before, during, and after events in networking? So whether you're in sales, in meditation, in manifestation, in health, it doesn't matter. Keep it super simple. What are the 10 most basic mistakes people make in preventing them to be successful in whatever field you are? So the first thing is really defining what the heck are you selling? Either selling a speech or a coaching program or a consultant project or service. That's what you want to tell me to prepare. Second thing is, who's your audience you're going to pitch? You can't find clients that pay you if you don't have a network. So you're either going to find them from what I call the perfect list or perfect bucket of clients. You refer back to your past clients, existing clients, referrals from your existing clients, or future clients. Now, future is more challenging, but again, just prepare a list of 10 people. Now, if you don't have 10 people, you might think that, but again, this is about a mindset shift, right? Maybe you already have a Facebook group with 10 people. Maybe you have a LinkedIn profile. Maybe you have an email list. The point is, we keep it super simple. Who can you pitch? 10 people you can pitch. If it's a corporation, what executives do you know? What entrepreneurs do you know? If you don't know that many, again, just look through your actual phone. And who are executives and entrepreneurs, or who are people that make at least $100,000 or $1 million? You want to just focus on people that have the highest probability. And if you say, oh, I don't know anyone, Christopher, again, you're telling me you can't find one person on your phone that makes at least $100,000, okay? Or $1 million. Now, if you don't have that, then look back at your existing networks, whether it's your high school alumni network, whether it's your college alumni network, whether it's fraternity, sorority, whether it's your church, whether it's your chamber of commerce. There's absolutely no way that you can't find at least one source. We had one client, Adam Torres. He went back to his fraternity. They couldn't afford $10,000. 2 fraternities putting up the cash. He got paid $12,000 for his first speech. Renee Johnson, she went back to her past clients. From one phone call, she booked a $20,000 speech. Joanna, she was already in process and agreed to do a free speech. I helped her renegotiate. She got paid her first paid speech ever, even though it would have been free, within 2 days, reaching out to one person. And I helped her create a 3-month coaching program where she was normally doing hourly coaching. I'm like, no, Joanna, you do packages, programs, 3 months. So you have a longer tail opportunity to serve your clients. Her program costs $3,000 for 3 months, a coaching program. Again, it's much simpler than you think if you have the right strategies that I've used for 20 plus years. So the second thing is, figure out what audience you're pitching, whether it's on LinkedIn, Facebook, whether it's emailing them, it doesn't matter, on Instagram, 10 people. Maybe it's more than that. I'm keeping it simple, right? Maybe you have an email list. So just make sure you have that ready. And then lastly, and again, if you say you don't have the contacts, again, Google Chamber of Commerce in your area, but find the Chamber of Commerce that has money. Find the Beverly Hills type Chamber of Commerce in your area. But again, try not to make excuses. Every time I say this, oh, I don't have this. No, you do more than you have. Did you go to university? They have an alumni network. Did you go to a high school? They have an alumni network. Your church, again, just keep it simple. Lastly, know that in this Triple 10 challenge, we're going to pitch on the spot. There's no, we'll do it tomorrow. There's no doing it next week. There's no doing it next year. No, this is called the Triple 10 challenge for a reason. How to make 10 grand in 10 days, reaching out to 10 contacts. Some of our gifters have reached out to one contact. The point is that day, that Tuesday, just be ready. We're going to press enter. We're going to press return. We're going to post that because this is all about action. When I was in my 20s, I was shocked because I hated to read growing up. I hated it because in school, you take a test, you memorize, you fail, you do well, you forget it. That's not the real world. The real world in business, it's like boxing. You go into the ring, you have all these plans. Once you start getting punched by rejection, punched by doubt, punched by uncertainty, you'll know very clearly what works, what doesn't work. The point of this exercise, of course, I hope you make $10,000. But the more important point is we're throwing you in the ring. You're going to have your hands up, but business is really about contact sport. So I'd rather you reach out to 10 people. And if one person responds, you know that the strategy works. That's the most important thing. If one person responds, you know it works. And if you can convince that person to pay you $1,000, you have to convince 9 more people. It does work. It has worked, but you have to have the right mindset, the right strategy, and the courage to do it. So first, I commend, applaud, and congratulate you on having the courage to be part of this Triple 10 challenge. We help you make 10 grand in 10 days, reaching out to 10 people. All you need to do is, again, figure out what are you pitching. If you have an existing speech that you're preparing, or if you have a conference you're creating or promoting, you've already been invited to give a speech, we'll focus on that. That's the best case scenario. If you don't have that, then again, you're going to either pitch a keynote speech, but that make sure you go to module 2, your bio, your expertise, your actual speech topic, or the best and easiest way is just a free speech where you pitch your coaching or consultant program. Again, some of you might not want to be a coach. I don't want to be a coach either. I have very few private clients because it's a lot of time, a lot of attention. It's not scalable. I still do it occasionally. That's why a group program for 3 months or even 1 month, to keep it simple, 4 weeks, 4 virtual keynotes. Okay. It's all about a mindset shift. So all I want to know is, what are you pitching? Whether you have an existing speech, conference, or been invited to speak. If you don't, we create something from scratch. Second one is who your audience is. Look on your phone. Who are the most successful people on your phone? Who's making at least $100,000 or $1 million? If you don't have that, go to your church, your Chamber of Commerce, Google that, the one that has more money in that area. And then, or like, again, your alumni, college, or friends that you know. Think of who are the business people in your thing. Who are the 10 people that you know in business? And before you say, I don't know, just look at your phone first. You'll be surprised who's on your phone, okay? Even if they're not in business, who's the one person that makes 100 grand? And if you don't have that, again, Chamber of Commerce is the quickest and easiest way in your area or within a 30-mile radius. Who's the Beverly Hills area that has Chamber of Commerce, okay? Lastly, have the right mindset. Stop thinking you can't, stop thinking you can. I'm here to support you. Our community here is to support you. And as long as we get one response back, then that is a success. Again, if we get one response back, you know, success is if you reach out to 10 people, then what if you reach out to 50 or 100? Because you will get rejected. Just accept that. But your mindset is every single rejection is like a hurdle. Every time you jump over the hurdle, you'll be more strong, more persistent, and more focused on your success. I believe in you. Congratulations for having the courage to accept this Triple 10 challenge. It has worked. It will work if you have the right mindset, the right skill set, and the right action. Congratulations. See you on the Triple 10 challenge. Again, just have that 10 people or whatever platform you use ready so that we can dive in and make you successful.